In an ever-evolving global landscape, BRICS stands as a formidable counterbalance to Western powers. But what is BRICS and where did it come from? The acronym BRICS was coined in 2001, representing a coalition of major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This alliance was not formed in a vacuum. It was a strategic response to the historical dominance of Western powers, particularly the United States and the European Union, in global affairs. The origins of BRICS are rooted in the shared ambition of its member nations to challenge the status quo. These countries, each with its unique cultural, political, and economic landscape, found common ground in their aspiration for a more equitable global order. They sought to create a world where emerging economies could have a stronger voice and play a more significant role in shaping international policies and institutions. The BRICS alliance was envisioned as a platform for cooperation and mutual benefit. Its mission was twofold. First, to foster a multipolar world order, where power is not monopolized by a few but distributed among many nations. This vision challenges the unipolar worldview, largely dictated by the West since the end of the Cold War. Second, BRICS aim to promote a fair global economic system. The alliance has been vocal about the need for reform in international financial institutions. It advocates for greater representation of developing nations in decision-making processes, a step towards a more inclusive and democratic global economy. In essence, the BRICS alliance is not just about economic cooperation. It represents a bold statement by emerging economies, affirming their rightful place in the world. It's a coalition that seeks to change the rules of the game, to ensure that all nations, regardless of size or economic clout, have a fair shot at prosperity. Thus, BRICS emerged as a potent force with a vision to recalibrate the scales of global power. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of this alliance, we'll explore how BRICS operates as a counterbalance to the West, its economic and geopolitical significance, and its potential to reshape the global order. BRICS holds a strategic position in the world's economic and political chessboard. This coalition of 5 major emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is no longer just an acronym. It's a powerhouse that represents approximately 40% of the world's population and about a quarter of the world's gross product. These nations are not just significant in terms of their sheer numbers. They are characterized by rapid growth, burgeoning middle classes, and increasing sway in global affairs. With such a robust demographic and economic foundation, BRICS, as an alliance, holds the potential to reshape the global economic landscape. Let's consider the current economic dominance of the United States. It's been the world's largest economy for more than a century, but the winds of change are blowing. China, the sea, and BRICS is fast catching up, projected to overtake the US economy in the not-too-distant future. India, too, is on a trajectory to become a top-tier economy. The collective economic heft of BRICS could well challenge the prevailing dominance of the USA. But it's not just about economics. The geopolitical significance of BRICS is equally noteworthy. From the icy landscapes of Russia to the bustling cities of India, from the vast expanses of China to the unique terrains of South Africa and Brazil, BRICS spans diverse geographies, cultures, and political systems. This diversity is a strength, providing BRICS with a wide-ranging perspective and a balanced approach in policymaking and global governance. In an increasingly multipolar world, BRICS is emerging as a significant counterbalance to the traditional Western powers. It is fostering a more inclusive global dialogue, where the voices of the emerging economies can be heard and their interests represented. The BRICS alliance is a crucial player in the global arena, with the potential to redefine economic dominance and geopolitical norms. As we move forward, the actions and decisions of BRICS could very well shape the contours of the global economic and political order. Now, isn't that a game changer? The BRICS alliance holds the potential to reshape the global economic landscape. Imagine a world where the US dollar isn't the dominant global reserve currency. It might seem unthinkable, but the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have the potential to challenge this very status quo. Together, these countries hold a significant portion of the world's population and economic potential. They have the muscle to flex, and they're not afraid to use it. But how could they possibly dethrone the dollar, you may wonder? Enter the concept of a new international payment system. This isn't just an idea on a whiteboard in some economist's office. It's a tangible initiative that the BRICS nations are actively pursuing. The goal? To reduce their dependence on the US dollar and create a more balanced and equitable global economic order. This new payment system could be a game changer. It could facilitate transactions between BRICS nations and other emerging economies, bypassing the dollar entirely. This would not only give BRICS countries greater control over their international trade, but also influence the flow of global capital. But what would this mean for the rest of the world? Well, it could lead to a significant shift in economic power. Countries heavily reliant on the US dollar could find their economic stability at risk. On the flip side, emerging economies might find new opportunities in a world less dominated by the dollar. However, this journey won't be without its challenges. The creation of a new international payment system is no small feat. It requires cooperation, trust, and the willingness to weather potential economic storms. But the potential rewards could be worth the risk. The BRICS alliance is not just a group of emerging economies. It's a powerful force that could reshape our global economic landscape. And with a new international payment system in the works, it's poised to do just that. With a new international payment system in the works, the BRICS alliance could significantly disrupt the current economic order. The 2023 BRICS summit marked a significant expansion of the alliance. A pivotal decision made during the summit was the admission of 6 new countries, namely Argentina, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. This is an unprecedented step, as until now the alliance has been composed of 5 nations only: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This expansion is not just about adding numbers, it's about adding value and influence. Each of these new members brings something unique to the table. Argentina and Brazil together could dominate South America's economy. Ethiopia, with its rapidly growing economy, could provide a gateway to Africa. And then, there are the oil-rich nations: Iran, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Egypt. The inclusion of these oil-rich nations is particularly intriguing as it could potentially shift the dynamics of the global oil market. Currently, a significant portion of the world's oil reserves is controlled by these countries. Their admission into the BRICS alliance could lead to a reconfiguration of the global oil market, with the BRICS nations holding more sway. This expansion also has geopolitical implications. For instance, the inclusion of Iran, a country that has often been at odds with the West, could provide Iran with a platform to voice its concerns and negotiate its interests on an international stage. On the other hand, the inclusion of Saudi Arabia and the UAE, traditional allies of the West, could potentially cause a shift in their alliances and influence the geopolitical landscape. The BRICS alliance's expansion also signifies a shift in the global economic order. With these new members, BRICS now represents an even larger portion of the world's population and GDP. The expanded alliance could wield greater influence in international economic matters, challenging the dominance of Western powers. The inclusion of new members in BRICS not only expands the alliance, but also amplifies its influence, particularly in the global oil market. The future of BRICS holds exciting prospects and challenges. As we look ahead, one of the most intriguing possibilities is the development of a common currency among the BRICS nations. This notion, once considered a pipe dream, is now gaining momentum, driven by the shared ambition to challenge the dominance of the US dollar and create an alternative global reserve currency. The establishment of a common currency could indeed be a game changer. It could foster economic integration, improve trade relations, and provide a buffer against currency fluctuation risks within the alliance. However, the road to achieving this shared currency is riddled with complexities. These nations, while united in their goal to shift the global power dynamics, have diverse economies, each with its own unique challenges and strengths. One potential solution to these challenges is the creation of a basket of currencies. This concept involves pooling together the currencies of all member nations, thereby creating a collective financial instrument that could serve as a hedge against volatility in individual currencies. This basket of currencies could potentially offset payment imbalances, promote financial stability within the alliance, and present a formidable alternative to the current global reserve currency. However, the adoption of a common currency or a basket of currencies is not without its own set of challenges. It would require a high level of economic synchronization, mutual trust, and political will among the BRICS nations. It also raises questions about sovereignty and the potential for economic contagion. As the BRICS alliance ponders over a common currency, the future holds a myriad of possibilities and challenges. The decisions made in the coming years will not only define the future of this powerful alliance but also have far-reaching implications for the global economic order. So as we navigate through these uncharted waters, one thing is certain. BRICS is poised to shape the future of global economics and geopolitics in ways we are only beginning to understand.